Hello everyone. I don't normally go live with the dogs, but I decided tonight I'd make an exception. So Hello everyone. I don't normally go live with the dogs, but I decided tonight I'd make an exception. So how's everybody doing tonight? See, a lot of people showed up. Hopefully you find the dogs amusing as they're in their bed, so they're happy. Well, besides looking at my dogs, what's everybody doing tonight? Rocky's staring at me. He doesn't know what I'm doing here. Here, I can come around. Hey, Kira. Thanks for stopping by. And Liam, thanks for stopping by. Here, I'll come around here so you guys can. I've never gone on camera before in any of my live streams, so tonight will be a first. And I'll sit with the dogs. I'll have to look at my phone because I'm not in front of a computer. It's Christopher. Hello. I should probably look at you guys, but I also got to look at my phone so I can see. I didn't set this up right. I should have done it in front of the computer, but sorry about that. Oh, thank you, Kara, for that. Appreciate those. Those are cool. Yeah, I'm still so new to. I mean, I've done live streams before, but I don't really. Normally, I'm behind the camera. I'm not in front, so this is kind of weird for me. But anyway, let's talk about whatever's on your mind. Yeah. Oh, I don't think my family'd be happy if I gave you one of the dogs. And they're really tied together. They were litter mates, and you rarely see them apart from each other. They really, yeah, they're really stuck together. But sorry, I can't do that. Liam. Oh man, I'd really be in hot water if I did that. So yeah, no. And you know what? They're such a big part of our family that I know you're joking around, but yeah, no, they're great dogs. It'd be hard to. It's hard now to fathom our lives without them. They're really pretty easy going. The one I'm petting now is Rosie. She likes to be up towards the pillows. And this is Rocky. The camera, I can't really get a good camera angle tonight, but uh, I'll fix that next time I do this. But they are a little spoiled. See, I have to hold my phone up like that so that I can see. Oh, so okay, so Liam, you're saying shout out. So this tells you how little I know about doing live streams. I'm shout. I guess I'm supposed to say I'm shouting out for Liam. Is there another way I'm supposed to do that? Because I'm really not good at this. So tell me if that's right. I'm shout out to Liam. Correct? Sorry about that. Got it. Okay, great, Liam. I'm glad I got that. So you can tell by my gray hair and my age, I'm probably not the best at doing this. There's a whole bunch of things about this I really don't know. That's why I'm typically not in front of the camera like this. It's not. I'm just not good at it keeping up. I should have done it in front of my computer so I can read the computer, but I'll read it from my phone. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Oh, Liam. Well, I don't know how old you are, but I I feel old. So anyway, that's okay. I mean, I shouldn't say I feel old. I'm fine. So it's just there's days when you realize you're not young anymore, and I'm at that age where I'm not young anymore. Especially when it comes to physical things that you think you can still do, and you realize probably shouldn't be doing them, or really can't even do them anymore. So it's kind of I'm in an odd place. So Kira, are you still here? It doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters. I'm happy you're here if you are. But I was just looking at trying to tell. I can't. The phone's so small that I can't tell what Kira put on there. It looks like a hand holding a book or something. I can't really tell. My eyes are not the best. So maybe if somebody could explain to me what that was that Kira posted with her. Um, I don't know what it is. I don't. I know they're emojis of some sort or whatever, but I don't really know what they mean or do or anything. So if anybody could explain that to me, that would be fantastic. Oh, okay. So Liam, you're still here. What did you see your post up there where it's got like looks like a red book with hands holding it? Am I right? Because I don't know what whatever that emoji is that she left. I'm not familiar with it. Oh, red card. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I do know what that is now that you say that. It's just on my phone. It's so small. So yeah, the red card. I got it. I didn't even hear any of the scores from what's going on. So I don't know what happened with the soccer today. So if you guys want to talk about soccer, I'm completely out of the loop on that today. I've been kind of following it loosely, but I'm not up to speed. You know, I watched I guess it was the first U.S. game, maybe when they were still in group play. Maybe the second one too. And I watched the Norwegian team on when they beat I think it was Senegal. I kind of watched a little bit of the others. I don't follow soccer or football as they say in Europe or the rest of the world. I don't follow it that closely, but I'm up to speed enough to kind of know a few of the better players and who's kind of expected to win. So, but that's the extent of my knowledge of that. I'm really more a baseball, basketball, football. Lately, I've been doing. My oldest son's really gotten into disc golf. Not that that's on par with the. That's not on par with the World Cup, but it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. Holland, yeah. Am I family friendly? Yeah. I'm not going to be swearing or anything like that. I'm not opposed to that. It's not part of my stream. So, and all the videos that I ever post, they're all going to be family friendly too. All my shorts, all my videos, live streams, all that stuff. I try to, yeah, I'm family friendly. Can I say Alexisms? Pups are cute. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, they're spoiled rotten. When we got them, I was told that the first night they were let onto the bed, and we have a special old quilt just for them so they can be on the bed. But I was told that it was only going to be for like 15 minutes that night when they were about 4 months old. And you can see how well that went. Now they sleep on the bed every single night. Yeah, what I need to do is I wish I could broadcast this. I've got a TV behind here. I wish I could cast to that TV so I could read on the TV so it was bigger. Yancy Pelosi dogs are alpha. Yeah, I love dogs. These guys are, so I know they look kind of lab because they're black, but they're lab, Australian Shepherd, and German Shorthair Pointer mix. So they're a nice mix. And during the day, they're super active. Okay, guys, it's anime. I do not. My oldest son does, but I'm not. I'm like I said, I'm too old for. Not that it's bad. I'm just. It didn't come around. I guess it kind of started back when I was a kid, so I'm much older than you guys, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't watch anime, so I'm not up on it. Like I said, my son is. I don't even know what he follows. He tells me about stuff all the time, and I can't keep up with it. I mean, I go back to the like anyway. Yeah, anime is just it's not in my wheelhouse, I would say. All right, guys, let's not say shut up to anybody. Come on, there's plenty of room here, and let's just try and be kind. I mean, look, how can you be upset when you're looking at two beautiful dogs? It's fine, guys. Come on, let's just have a good time, chat a little bit before I get too tired because I'm old, and then I'll have to go to sleep. Okay, so this one here closest to me, this is Rosie, and she was the smallest one in the litter. She's now about 50 pounds, and the one closest to the camera up here, this is Rocky, and he was the largest in the litter. He goes about 70 pounds, and I think there was 7 pups in the litter, and we were lucky enough to get 2 of them. Made me a little nervous getting 2 from the same litter. I'd never done that before, didn't know what to expect, and I'd heard a lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't get dogs from the same litter," but these guys are inseparable. Um, they're with each other all the time. They sleep on top of each other. So it really wasn't hard to have both of them. We got really lucky with them. Raccoon. Yeah, we've had some raccoons around where we live here a couple times, and he was bound and determined to get at them, and I wouldn't let him. But yeah, the raccoons could do some real damage to the dog. So I know you're not talking about raccoons, but it just reminded me of the fact that uh, he had chased a couple raccoons around here early one morning in the wintertime. Yeah, they are very good siblings. She's really good at Rosie's really good at caretaking him. When we go outside or travel in the car somewhere and they've been outside, they crawl in the back seat, and the first thing she does is start cleaning him up. Oh, Liam, thank you for that. You know, they're not really webbed like that. I mean, I suppose a little, but because of the pointer in them and the Australian Shepherd. But yeah, no, they and the funny thing about that is labs love water, right? Except Rosie, she will kind of wade her feet into the water. She doesn't like to swim. Rocky loves the water, but Rosie kind of not so much. Sorry, KJ, I did not say hello to you. I just answered your question. But hello, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, raccoons are cool. It's just with the dogs, Liam, they're like oil and water. The Because we're kind of out away from the city, so we have some larger raccoons, and the raccoons get fairly protective of their whatever territory they think is theirs, and dogs think it's their territory. So we kind of have to keep them apart. Sorry, I'm scratching my head all the time, and I guess it's nervous tick. Not used to being in front of the camera. Yeah, I'm happy everybody has come by. It's pretty cool to chat with people. I've said this before when I was on live stream with the dog, but not on camera. I think it's really cool that these handheld devices, computers, anything, all this electronic stuff that we can connect to anybody, anywhere in the world, any time of day. So for my age group, that seems like a science fiction movie to be able to do what we're doing here tonight. For the younger generation, like if you're under 30, this is just normal. For my age group, I can remember when the very first stand-up video game came out and we had arcades where we would go play. Space Invaders was the first thing, and then along came Asteroids and Pac-Man and stuff that you guys probably don't, the younger generation probably doesn't even play anymore. I don't even know if they're available on computers, quite honestly. I have cool hair. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty light colored these days though. I got my first gray when I was, I don't know, that I remember, probably 19, 20 years old. So it hasn't always been this color, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sega. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. In the old days, we had these, when they first came out with these gaming consoles, they had actual, what they called floppy disks, because you could take, and they were kind of like rubbery, and you had to slide them into this slot, similar to a CD, but the CD was firm, and these were loose. And after the game got worn out, you'd have to slide another disc in on top of it to make that, or to make it work. And they wore out quite fast. Now everything's inside of a box, and don't even need to worry about any of that stuff, which is amazing to me. Well, oh, KJ, all the invisible Sparkies flying around. Okay, yeah, fair enough, KJ. I appreciate that. Yeah, great. I mean, it's it is what it is. I can't fight the gray hair, so I just accept it along the way. I don't Doesn't bother me much. Doesn't bother me at all, in fact. I'm an entrepreneur, so I've had a lot of different businesses along in my lifetime. In real estate, I was in uh, the timber business. Partially went with real estate. Um, I have over the last, I don't know, 15 years or so, I've been into shellfish. So I have some small oyster farms. So I grow oysters, and we sell the oysters. And there's another thing called a geoduck. I don't know if any people have heard of that. It's a giant clam, probably like this big, and you have to dig them out of the ground. And I had some of those for a while as well. In fact, I think I've got a couple videos in my shorts showing the oysters on part of the farm, and you can kind of see what the oysters look like on the beach and a little bit how they grow. They're pretty short videos. I didn't go into too much depth about them, but yeah. So I guess I'm a serial entrepreneur, for the lack of a better word. I don't have a traditional what we used to call 9-to-5 job. Oh yeah, KJ. I see what you mean. Yeah. Liam, thanks for coming by. Sorry I missed that. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Appreciate it. Alexa, Alex, I'm a dog groomer. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Yeah, KJ, they talk about some of that. I know people, they have these huge transmission lines, and for the power that's transferred all over the world, and especially here where we're at, there's a lot of transmission lines, and there's been talk of you shouldn't be or shouldn't live underneath them, and by and large people don't. But yeah, I get it, and especially now with all this wireless stuff. Liam, you too. Thanks for coming by. You have a good day. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot, don't I? No, Rosie must have heard something because she sat up. I got all the windows open so she hears stuff outside. And she perked up, so there must have been something outside she heard. Liam, you're back. I know, it's hard to stay away from the dogs. So Alex, when you say you're a dog groomer, what exactly do you do? Like, is it the whole package, like where you're giving them baths and all that kind of stuff, nail trimming, everything that kind of has to happen? KJ, yes, I am. Yeah, I am. I'm in the state of Washington. How about you? I got to remember to look up at you guys because I want to look at this, and then I also got to make sure I'm looking at the camera. It's not very good light for me, is it? Oh well. I wonder if I was over here would it make a difference in the lighting. Oh, North Carolina, cool. Yeah, it's funny. When I was growing up, I learned about a lot of the states and a lot of the cities from watching sports, college sports. So you hear about uh, like University of North Carolina, North Carolina State. You hear about the cities are located in, and lots of stuff from sports. Because when I was growing up, we did not have access to any of this that you guys see today. So if you wanted to know where something was, you had to either hear it on the limited channels you had, or you had to be reading about it somewhere. Hello, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by. So KJ, oh KJ, wow, it's oh you're up late. Boy, if I made it to the 3 hour time difference. If I could make it to 1 o'clock, that'd be a miracle. Dad. Don't know what to say to that, Kevin. Are you happy, Rosie? She's happy because I'm paying attention to her. Oh, well, she moved. I'm sorry, Rosie. So what part of the country is everybody from? I don't mean specific towns like East Coast, West Coast kind of stuff. Rosie moved off camera. Sorry about that. Dad, yeah, Kevin, probably more like Grandpa. Let's be honest. Although I'm not a grandpa, I'm just old enough to be one. Oh yeah, I see what you mean, KJ. Yeah, so for us, like, so I'm inland. I'm not like the Washington coast is not really. It's not really built up like it would be, say, down in California, where everything's built up. The ocean where we're at is pretty cool. I imagine it's probably. Yeah, I think you guys will probably have warmer water than we do, but yeah, the Washington coast isn't that built up. It's really primarily built up more around Puget Sound, the Puget Sound area, which is it's saltwater, but it's inland. So everybody kind of congregates around that because you still get the salt water, ocean water, I guess, and then but you're inland, so you don't have the waves, and there's more boating that can exist, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've never been to North Carolina, South Carolina. I guess I've technically been in Georgia, which is to say I was in the Atlanta airport. So I've never really been anywhere on the East Coast back there. And now all you get is Rosie's foot, I guess. She moved off camera. KJ, how long have you been a dog groomer? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm probably I don't know, I'm about 2 hours or so from Everett, but I know I kind of know my way around Everett. Nice area. Yeah, they and Everett now has a pretty substantial shipyard too. So there's been a lot of people move in there. The economy's picked up there in Everett in the last 15, 20 years or so. But it's a nice Everett's a nice town. did not pick a comfortable way to sit on the bed. When I started this, I wasn't thinking ahead. I was busy making, before this, so I'm kind of tired, but I was busy making a cooking video for, which will eventually end up here on YouTube. Yeah, it's funny when I first went live, it takes a minute or two to kind of ramp up, and then you have 20, 30 people show up, and you don't have long to grab them. So I guess if I'm not speaking quickly enough or acknowledging them quickly enough, that I guess they don't engage. So, oh well, live and learn. I'll figure it out. Trying to see if I can get a little better light, but I didn't pick the best spot for the lighting. I'll sort that out next time as well. So now it's just me and the one dog, and, well, Rocky anyway, and Rosie's left foot. So KJ, are you still here? If you are, what's the temperature like back there? I know you guys on the East Coast have been getting pretty hard, but has it calmed down now? I haven't looked at your weather reports lately. Cartoon. Oh man, you know what? That would be really entertaining for you guys, because I have no idea how to do card tricks, so I would be pretty bad. Probably about like I was disc golfing. I went disc golfing this last, I don't know, I guess it was Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, uh, and I did not do well. I think everyone would have found that pretty entertaining. I had flashes of, being able to do it, but it's so different than the frisbees and stuff I grew up with. $90, okay, yeah, it's probably muggy too for you, I would guess. We were lucky today; we were only right around 70, which is nice. It's warm, but you don't get overheated. Over the next week or so, we'll get up into the low 80s, which for us that's not hot, but it's pretty warm. We don't get, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days of 90-degree weather every year. We don't get a lot of that. I mean, if we make it to 100, that's scorching hot for us. I mean, it is anywhere, but we just rarely see a 100-degree day. And when we get to in the 90s, which it's usually just 90, 91. off down into the, I don't know, probably mid 50s. So just open all the windows and it's nice and cool. And the dogs do not like the hot weather. With their black coats, they lay out in the sun for 10. They want to lay in the sun, and after 10 minutes, they're too hot. And they come in and they're actually warm, almost hot to the touch. Yeah, I got to do this better next time. I don't like looking down at my phone all the time, but that's okay. I guess when people do it on their computer, they're staring at the computer screen. It'd just be easier with the bigger screen. Got to work on all this. 83? Wow, that's warm. So we're the water closest to me, the surface temperature this time of year might make it to 70-ish, which is nice, I mean, for us, but other parts of the waterway here in what we call the Puget Sound around the Seattle area, it will maybe in some parts break 60. It's pretty cold. So we're lucky in the area that's close to me that the water gets fairly warm. But 83, man, that'd be like taking a bath. That's so funny. 83. Yeah, if that's, well, 83, that's even warmer than most competition swimming pools. Most of those run, I think, I'm guessing here, I'm not guessing, but I think they run around 80, 81 for competition swim pools. So that's even warmer than a swimming pool. That's pretty nice. And when you get out when it's 90, it's not like you're freezing. And where you're near, KJ, is there any kind of surfing, or is it not like that where the water in the ocean where you're near? Because up and down the West Coast, even here in Washington, when the water's cold, uh, you see people out surfing a lot. So I didn't know if that happened where you're near or not. Yeah, I'm sorry, my dogs aren't very exciting. They're tuckered out from today. Rocky's been chasing bees and birds, and I don't know what it is about bees. He tries to catch every bee that comes near him. Yellow jacket, honeybee, doesn't matter. If it's a bee, he's going to try to catch it. He's usually not very successful, but he tries. Oh, really? So when you say shallow, what kind of depth are you talking about? Hang on. I suppose I should look that up. I will look it up when I'm done with the thing, but we're done with this stream. Yeah, and I guess the Gulf Stream kind of runs past you guys too, so that helps warm up the water. We do not have that here on the West Coast. I forgot about that. The Gulf Stream pushes that warm water up from the Caribbean, however you say it. I don't know. miles out. Wow. Okay, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm trying to look something up. So, what? Seriously? So I just looked up the Carolina coastline, and it says it extends miles with a shallow profile before dramatically plunging into deep waters, roughly 35 miles out. That it says in for most of that area you're talking about, KJ, it's only especially they said around the Outer Banks with average depth of just like 3 feet. That's really strange. I did not know that. Wow, that's really cool fact. I did not know that the water was that kind of shallow. Okay, when you say the Graveyard Atlantic, I've heard of that. Especially when the ships were coming over, hundreds of years ago, they would beach on the Outer Banks, and I've seen some shows about it now that you say that, but I didn't realize the depth was only average of 3 feet on the Outer Banks. That's really not much. I mean, 3 feet, that's basically my waist. That's crazy. I mean, I could understand if that was, close to the shore, but or the coast itself, but they're saying it's, like you said, 30 miles out. That's wild. Wow, pretty cool though. I love learning. I love learning the trivia about not it's not trivia, but I love learning about other places like that because yeah, we've heard of Carolina and the coast or whatever, and then when you talk about the graveyard, but those little facts like that are really they're really cool. Merchant vessel. Oh yeah, Blackbeard. Okay. Oh, that's funny. I watched a thing. It's been a few months ago now, maybe 6 8 months ago, about Blackbeard and where he sailed and what he did. So that's pretty cool. So that's the area. So there's probably been a lot of people for the ones that weren't found. I bet you there's been a lot of people that go searching for all those vessels that were sunk, trying to find whatever treasures were on those ships, especially the pirate ships. Okay. Well, to everybody that just joined in, hello. Don't have a lot of new people, but I see new people popping in and out, so that's always cool. I guess I should probably figure out a time, a specific time to do these, whether it's daily or weekly or every couple days or whatever. Oh, Rosie. Yeah, so Rosie is, you can't see her. She's off camera now, but she's over here, just off camera. She moved because she's tired. She didn't want me to, she liked it when I was petting her, but then she'd had enough of me, so she moved what she thinks to be out of reach. Yeah, they probably have been picked through, but you hear about these things every once in a while where with all the new sonar and radar and stuff that people find these ships and whatever, and they dig up treasure. So who knows? I mean, that's a huge part of history. All those ships that have gone down in your area. It's okay, Rocky. Hey. He heard somebody walking outside, so he's jumped up. It's okay, bud. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, good boy. Good boy. How to exercise them? Well, they like to run, so sometimes I'll take them to the park. We've got a park about 20 minutes from here that's pretty large. It's about 5 fenced acres with some trees and open areas, and they love that place. They just run. And if not, I just take them outside where I'm at. We've got plenty of space, and they run a lot here, just doing whatever, wandering around the yard. But typically I like to get them a little run. They don't really like to walk on the leash much, but I will take them out for that kind of walk. So I kind of let them have free rein, and they're really good about entertaining themselves. So like tonight, not long before I went live, as it was just getting right before dark, they were chasing each other around the yard for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, just going hard. But yeah, I don't really typically take them for specific walks. Oh, hurricanes. Yeah. I forgot about that too. You guys are in the line of, in path of some of those big hurricanes that have come through. And those things really, especially with the shallow water like that, that would really churn up the sand or whatever the sediment is on the bottom of the ocean. So things that were buried might become visible. Do they love squirrels? Yes. Anytime they see squirrels, they will stand at the base of the tree. I don't know what they think they're going to do to get them, but they do love to chase the squirrels. So do I get the aroma? Oh, you know about the aroma of Tacoma? So, hey, hi, Leo. Thanks for coming. Just let me answer KJ's question real quick. So the aroma of Tacoma was a thing from the Asarco smelter, which was there. They took that out. Oh, it's been a long time ago now. And that whole area that was the Asarco smelter, and which caused that horrible aroma as you would go through Tacoma, they took it out, and that's been out of there now. And it's great that it's not there anymore. It's really nice to have that gone. So we don't get that same kind of smell from that smelter that you're talking about. I think that's what you're talking about. Leo, so this is I didn't mean to put you off. I just wanted to finish answering KJ's question. So you can't see Rosie. She's off camera over here. But, and this is Rocky in front of you. So they are a lab, German Shorthair Pointer, Australian Shepherd mix. Now they look pretty lab because of their color. But if you see them in the sunshine, you'll see that, especially on Rocky, he's got a lot of brown in his coat. Because his mom, who was a German Shorthair Pointer, pure German Shorthair Pointer, was not really spotted. She was almost pure brown. So in both of their coats, you can really see the brown in person. But yeah, they do look a lot like a black lab. Oh, you were here in the 70s. Oh, okay. Yeah, so in the 70s, KJ, that smelter was going hard. And everybody, that was the running joke, and used the aroma of Tacoma. When you would drive through there, that smell, especially when the wind was coming in off the water, would push it inland, and the smell was awful. And they had to clean up that whole area. It was full of arsenic. They had to remove hundreds of thousands, if not millions of yards of soil, take it somewhere to have it purified, and then they brought in clean soil and kind of refilled the whole area. And like I said, there's condos down there. There's these cool shops along the waterway now. They cleaned it all up. It's really nice there. Yeah, Rocky has gone up a little bit, but I don't think he would. I think he's afraid to try and climb the tree. But yeah, um, He does love the squirrels. KJ, you're welcome. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest was much different in the 70s than it is today. It's changed dramatically. Population has, I mean, like everywhere, but the population has changed dramatically, and but it's still a beautiful Puget Sound area. Western Washington is still a beautiful area. Alex, I have not, although these guys are part Australian Shepherd, but I have never had an actual Australian Shepherd, like a purebred. In my life, I've had German Shepherd, and the rest of my dogs have been um, a Lab or Lab mix, like these guys, or like these two. I shouldn't say guys, but like these two. I don't know. I've had good luck around Labs. They're they have a nice mix of, they can be super lazy when they just want to lay around, or they can be super energetic and just chase a ball or a stick or swim for hours, which is great. They're just kind of my, I don't know, I like them. But Australian Shepherds are great dogs. I know some people have had them. Oh, Astoria is have you so Astoria is beautiful. KJ, have you been over the Astoria Bridge? If you know Astoria, it's a 4 mile long bridge towards the mouth of the Columbia. You must have seen it if you were there, or I shouldn't say you must have. Maybe you saw that when you were there. That's the link. One of the links between Washington and Oregon is that Astoria Bridge. Hey Harry, stopping. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us. So you had a chow bite you? Oh, you removed the message. Okay, no worries. Harry, thanks for coming by. Mad, Mad Charton. Mad Charton. Hey, okay. What's your question, Mad? Fire away. Oh, cool, KJ. That's really cool. It's a unique bridge for people that have never been there, because it, as you know, but explaining to anybody else that's listening, uh, it's a kind of a floating bridge, and then it has that huge pitch up towards the Oregon side, um, where the actually freighters and stuff can go underneath it. They built it that way on purpose. But yeah, it's a pretty amazing bridge. Well, I should have thought to bring something to drink. I need some water or something, but I'll survive. So, KJ, when you were in that area, did you happen to make it down to the Oregon coast at all? Down around Cannon Beach and play maybe Seaside or places like that? Olympia beer. Oh my God. Wow. So that's all old time stuff. That's cool. Yeah. So, um, I think it was Pabst that bought them out, maybe. I don't remember now, but yeah, they had that beautiful brewery down in Olympia, and the Tumwater River actually flowed uh, right through the brewery. And man, they were huge. And then when they got bought out, the new owners took that beer, and I'm not a drinker, but they ruined the Olympia beer name, just destroyed it. One of these big conglomerates came in, bought them out, and didn't produce the beer the same way. That used to be their slogan, "It's the water," because they had this. The Tumwater River was one of the cleanest rivers around, and they used the water, and they had natural springs there that fed the brewery, and it was yeah, I can't remember when they got bought out. Now that you say that, I want to say it was maybe back in the '90s, early '90s. But yeah, Olympia beer. Oh, Depot Bay. Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful spot. I mean, the whole Oregon coast is beautiful. Probably like similar to where you're at. It's beautiful. I think your beaches don't have the some of the cliffs and rocky faces maybe that we have here. I'm not sure. So based on what I've seen, on TV and travel shows, but yeah, Depew Bay, the whole Oregon coast is stunning, and it has become like any place on the water has become massively expensive um, for places on the Oregon coast. Unfortunately. Hmm. Olympia beer. That's so funny. I hadn't thought about that in years. But yeah, Olympia beer was everywhere back in the '70s and '80s. That and Rainier beer. Those were the two beers that were made here in the state, and they were everybody was everybody that drank beer drank those two beers here in Western Washington anyway. Alex, I have been bit by a dog. Not any time recently, but when I was little. When I say little, probably 4 or 5 years old. Our neighbors had a China pug, and well, I didn't know enough because it would always be friendly and come up to me, and I would just sit there and I'd be petting it, and all of a sudden it would just bite me for no reason. I mean, I had it bite me up here on my cheek one time, really close to my eye, and kind of hung on, and then let go. But yeah, that thing probably bit me half a dozen times, and I was pretty gun shy of dogs when because of that. Um, but no, not since then have I had a dog bite me. How about you, Liam? You're back. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there was a helicopter flying over. It was a we call it life flight. So obviously there was somebody being carted to a hospital from wherever something happened. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, no, I don't. I know you're not talking down, KJ. It was just there. I think that what I was trying to get at is I think the coastlines were different, and like you guys, from what I've seen, again, I haven't been there, so correct me if I'm wrong, but uh, there's a lot of that like rugged, rocky coastline here along the western west coast, And from what I've seen of where you're at, they're more what we think of as a when you think of beach, like more sand, um, just not so rugged. Oh yeah, you guys are definitely warmer. Like I was saying earlier, the Washington coast. Um, even when there's a few exceptions, but typically the Washington coast, the weather's never gets above 75, and the water's fairly cold. Even now, this time of year, people out surfing, they're wearing wetsuits for sure. Yeah, I've heard about the fishing. Every fishing show I've ever seen at some point will have been to your area and fished. And my son was totally into fishing when he was young. So I mean, the fishing shows. He still loves to fish, but so I've seen a lot of that stuff. A lot of that sport fishing. Oh, okay, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about then. I mean, the Bay Area is beautiful too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I mean, anything on the water to me, I think is I like to look at that. I I think that's beautiful, especially when you're on the ocean where those waves are coming in. Whether it's like it is here or like back there, um, there's a camera on here, and I can't remember where it's from. Maybe I think it's South Carolina, and it's got this. It's just a 24-hour a day live stream of the beach. So even when it's dark, they don't turn the camera off, and then it comes back up, and it's this beautiful sandy beach, and the waves are rolling in. Um, so it's just completely different than, not completely different, but different than it is here. Oh, the Bay Area. Oh my God. I have one of my best friends and her husband live there, and they've been there a long time. But that being said, it was still pricey when they bought in. But the cost of houses and condos and stuff down there, it's absolutely crazy. I can't even believe the prices of places down there. They drove me by, I can't remember, I think it was Larry Ellison's place in San Francisco there, or not just one of his places. It was, I can't remember how many tens of millions of dollars that he had paid for that. And that's almost 20 years ago. I can't even imagine what that real estate's worth today. I just can't even imagine that. Alex, did I miss something? Hang on. Read your last comment. Wait. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone, Alex, so I apologize. Where? The last one I have is when you asked me about the Australian Shepherd. Oh no, sorry. Have I been bit by a dog? Oh, I responded. I talked about that. I had been. Have I ever been bit by a dog? Yeah, but not for a super long time. When I was little, our neighbors had a China pug that probably bit me. I don't know, 5 or 6 times when I was a kid. Very not fun. When I say I was little, not like I am today. So, And being bit by a dog is not an enjoyable experience, as I'm sure you know. Yeah, KG, you know, the real estate up here, clearly not as high priced as San Francisco, but in Seattle now, um, the prices have gone crazy. So those people have all moved out to the suburbs, 60, 70, 80 miles away from Seattle, and driven the prices up in the outlying areas to ridiculous prices. At least what for us. So again, not like the Bay Area, but the Seattle home prices at one point you were getting for like a little 1,200 square foot house in the city of Seattle. This is, you know, not in the last year or so, but they were getting upwards of $2 million for those. Nothing wrong with a 1,200 square foot house, but when for $2 million, at least growing up and being around here, $2 million used to buy you a palace. And again, it's just you look at that and think, man. And so they would sell their homes in Seattle, move to the outlying areas where homes were still selling for 200-300 grand, and they retired from the sale of their home. They said, we're done. We don't need to work anymore. Now those homes that used to be 200,000-300,000 are now 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, but which is again nothing like the Bay Area for sure. I gotta figure out a better seating arrangement next time I do this. That didn't work out quite the way I'd planned. So yeah, I was making I cooked this cool dinner. There's this guy I found on social media, and he does these inexpensive dinners, and I've been making them for the last, I don't know, week or 10 days or so, and so I made a few videos about it. Amazing what you can get for and what you can cook for a few bucks. Not to change the topic, but we were just on talking about how pricey everything was, and I thought, well, there's still a few things that you can do that don't cost you an arm and a leg. Oh, really? So Alex, so a lab bit you, huh? How long ago? Like recently? 2 weeks ago. Yikes. Was the dog scared, or is it typically a biter, or do you know anything about the dog? Because sometimes, I mean, when dogs are getting groomed, they do get nervous, but labs typically don't bite a lot, so that's too bad. You're okay, I guess. Hopefully. Oh, really? Yeah, you know, it's funny. I guess shouldn't say funny, but strange. Rosie, who's off camera still, she doesn't really like to have her paws touched. She won't bite, but when you try to pick her up to clip her nails and stuff, she doesn't. She's not too good at that. Rocky doesn't care much whether you touch him on the paws or not. So yeah, I guess, and I wonder. I don't. I guess they just don't. it's probably some kind of threat to them, I guess, maybe. I'm glad you're okay, Alex. Because you never know. Sometimes a dog bite can just be a nip, or if they really sink in, that could, they puncture your skin and flesh. It really can hurt. Didn't like his paws touch. Wow. Yeah, we don't really understand, I guess, what it is that will set them off. Sometimes, these really calm, docile dogs can bite because they're something that we're doing is a trigger for them. They're because at the end of the day, they're still animals, and they must have seen it as a threat, or it scared them, or whatever. I mean, typically, from what I've in my life anyway, now I haven't seen a lot of vicious dogs that will attack. Most of the time, the dogs that I've seen bite have been because they're scared. Oh, oh yeah, Alex, you got in the middle of a dog fight. Oh, that's horrible. And I've heard that chows are kind of mean. Have you heard that? I mean, I don't have any experience. I'm just going by a few people that I've heard talk that they have a kind of a mean streak in them, and they do tend to bite. So maybe you could, I'm sure you could tell me more about it than I would know since you've been around the dogs. Over a bone. Oh, yeah, they get territorial about their food and their bones. I'm really lucky with these guys. We can put the food down, and we leave the food out all day for them. We tried getting them on a schedule when we first got them, and it wasn't working. And so I said, well, let's just put the food in the bowl. But these guys will, if one of them's kind of standing in the way, the other one will just stand there and wait their turn to get at the food. They don't fight over the food. They share the water bowl. I've been really lucky with them. Most chows. Okay, so that the people I've talked to then were right. I mean, and it's not like chows are some tiny little 8-pound dog. They're powerful animals. I imagine if a chow bit you, that must have really hurt. So I hope you don't mind me calling you Alex, but so Alex, what's the easiest dog breed, I guess, or some easier dog breeds to work with when you're doing grooming? Oh, oh yeah, and those kind of bruises from getting when you get bit, they last a while too, because they go right down into your really deep into the flesh. Yorkie, really? That's interesting. Pom. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. I just didn't. Maybe probably just because I didn't think of them. Yorkies are they're neat little dogs. Oh, that's funny. You like small dogs then? Our neighbors have a Jack Russell, nice little dog. He's old now, but nice little dog. To me, that's a little dog. But you're talking about even smaller than what he is. I'm a fan of the size that I have here. I like. But yeah, I mean, I shouldn't say I like. I don't. I'm just used to that. Do you have a dog yourself, Alex? Besides the fact that you're a groomer, do you have your own dog? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's tough. It's really hard. They become such a huge part of our lives, and it's hard when they go. Oh, that's a nice name for a dog. Cattle dog. Nice. I got a friend that has a couple cattle dogs. He loves them. Says they're great dogs. Scared of horses. I'm not laughing at the dog. I'm just laughing because you think of a cattle dog would be a farm type dog and scared of horses. Probably smartly so, I guess. At least they're scared of something. Rocky here is he's afraid of the wind. If it's too windy when we need to go out, sometimes he struggles to get outside. The wind just scares him. At least a horse is something real. So, Alex, did you live on a, or did you, or do you live on a farm to be around horses? Herded your chickens. That's yeah, yeah. The working dogs they need they really need to work. In fact, some of these breeds thrive on that work. Kind of live on a farm. That's cool. That's cool. Sorry, I'm moving all over the place trying to get comfortable. I apologize. Oh, you know what? Like I said, these guys are part Aussie, but we talked a little bit about it before. But I think Aussies are great dogs. They're super smart. That I know. And if you've got a place for them to work or run where you're at, boy, they'll be a great dog. Oh, nice. Oh, you're in a you're in a rural area. When you say you have a male person, and growing up, we used to call the person that delivered our mail the mail lady. So I take it she's got a dog that's gonna have pups. Yeah, I'm sorry Rosie moved off camera for you guys, but I don't want to disturb her lovely sleep she's having. Hi, precious. I see new people dropping in every once in a while. I'm not very good at this. I never know. I guess I'm supposed to say hello, so I'm not really good at running the chat. Hopefully, I'll get better at this. Alex, I have absolutely no idea. But if you're working as a dog groomer, I'm guessing I won't even hazard to guess because I don't want to offend, and I can't tell by what you're talking about. Seriously? Oh wow, you're much younger than I am. Yeah, it's funny because when I do these things, usually, like I said, I don't go on camera, and so I type, which doesn't really encourage the chat and whatever. But it's I never really know how old people are. I mean, part of me would like to be able to have to be able to hear people talk to me, but I understand why we don't because it would turn into 10 people talking at once, or in my case, maybe two or three. But that would make it difficult. 51. Oh, I'll take that. But no, I am older than 51. Alex, I am 62. And trust me, there are days when some days, I mean, most days I feel fine, but I'm at the age now where you notice, and you will someday you'll have the same experience. No, I'm not kidding. I wish I were, but I am not kidding. My boys like to make fun of me because they think I'm old. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't get a notification and come in here and give me a hard time. I have two kids, Alex. They're um, they're a little older than you. Have I ever ridden a horse? Yeah, you know what? I have. I had relatives again when I was young that had horses, and I did. I mean, to say I've ridden a horse, I was not by any stretch a really good rider. And luckily, the horses that they had were pretty docile and easy to ride. But yeah, I've ridden a horse. They're great animals. Love them. Oh, nice. How often do you ride, Alex? Oh, wow, every day. That's cool. So do you ride for fun, obviously, but do you do one of our friends have a daughter that rides and she does eventing, I guess it's called, where they do jumps and stuff like that. So do you train for anything like that? Oh, oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. You get to ride, and if you like to ride, boy, that's a great experience. Horses are fantastic animals. 18, wow. And you're still able to ride her. That's really good. Liam, you keep popping in and out. You're back. Or maybe you haven't left. Liam, maybe you're just hanging out listening to the conversation. I don't know. Hello, Liam. So, Alex, when you say what would I rate dogs 1 to 10, what do you mean? Like, oh, how much do I like them? Oh, I love dogs. They're a 10. I think yeah, I love dogs. I mean, I've seen a few bad dogs along my way because I've been around long enough, but by and large, I just think dogs are they're a great addition to our lives. They're to me and real dog people. They're part of our family. Yeah, so definitely a 10. But I mean, I like animals, period. So, but dogs just because they're dogs. Yeah, and you obviously love horses, so. Well, like scale of 1 to 10, like dogs. I like cats too. I just don't. I had some of those when I was a kid as well. Um, I think I'm just more of a dog person. Cats just aren't as, I don't know. They're not as cuddly, I guess. I don't know what the right term is, but I like cats just fine. I don't know if I. They're not the same for me as dogs, but I like cats. Hello, Liam. Are you just hanging out, Liam, or are you popping in and out? Are you asking me? You were just talking to Liam. Yeah, I don't go to church, but that doesn't define that. So anyway, but yeah, I try not to talk too much about religion or politics. As you grow up, you'll probably, as you get older, you'll. Um, I just try not to talk too much about it. But I'm yes is the answer. Oh no, it's okay. You can ask. It's fine. I just people, and the reason I don't talk about stuff like that too much is just because people have very strong opinions, and I don't want anybody to be have their feelings hurt or whatever. I try not to talk about religion and politics on these live streams or any time when I'm doing anything in the public like this. But it's okay. You can ask. I don't mind. If I don't want to answer, I just don't have to answer. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to give. I don't think I gave my live stream a title. I got to look at doing that better next time. I'll figure that out. Or maybe I gave it a title. It probably wasn't a good one. That's okay. Ooh. Okay. Kitten names. Boy, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm really bad at trying to give names to pets. When we got these dogs, the family that had them had already named them. And when I asked my boys, I said, what do you think of those names? Do you want to change them? So they just stuck. So I got off the hook and didn't have to help come up with a name. They'd already been named. So I'm probably not a good person to ask about that. Not that I don't want to try, I'm really not very good at trying to find names for pets. Oh, well, it's good that you took them in. A lot of people, which I don't understand, will just kind of let their animals go, or maybe it got lost. Who knows? But it's good that you guys took him in, and now he's got a home. Yep. I had I had a stray. In fact, two of my cats when I was young were strays. One of them somehow, when we were at a store not really close by here, it crawled inside of the car and we didn't even know it. So I was probably way younger than what you are. I was probably 5, 6 years old. All of a sudden we're like, where'd that cat come from? And then we just kept it. Cats love to do that. No, and as you will discover when you get older, that those kind of things, even for humans, we don't tend to, old animals don't like it, and then old humans don't like it either, I guess. So I got a question for you, and I don't know. So on the screen, there's a heart to the right over here, and every once in a while I'll see it like stream up a bunch of hearts. What does that mean? Well, Rosie's got her foot back in the camera. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know, Alex. I just, I'm assuming it means like of some sort, but I didn't know what it meant. I'm so not up on some of this stuff. Liam, you're back again and again and again. Liam, it's okay. I'm just giving you a hard time. It's fine. It's fine. I'm happy that you're saying hello. It's don't worry about it. I'm just happy there's at least a couple people here hanging out with me. I didn't know what to expect when I decided to go on camera. So, okay, so Alex, when is my next live stream? You know, that's a good question because I didn't even plan on doing this tonight. And then I thought, I'm going to give it a shot. So I should probably set up a time. And I'm thinking at least during the summer, these evenings like this, at roughly, so I'm on the West Coast, so maybe like 9:30 or 10 would be a good time. I should maybe try to do another one tomorrow. Um, Today, oh yeah, maybe. I mean, so Liam, I don't know what part of the country I'm Liam, so maybe it's almost midnight here too, so it's almost Sunday. So for you, it'd be yeah, probably be today if you're on the East Coast. Liam, I'm in Washington State, so for me it's 11:30. And I got to do it. Oh, it's 1:30, so you're Central Time. Okay. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe maybe 9:30 my time. I could do it tomorrow. I got to get a schedule. And like I said, I didn't plan on doing this as kind of spur of the moment, but I would like to do it every day if I could. So you're in Alabama. Oh, you're Alabama's East Coast time. You should be 2:30. Did I get that right? Alabama's on the line there, I thought. Yeah, Alex, so if you're in Alabama, wouldn't it be 2:30? Or am I over the line? Maybe it's only 1:30. Oh man, there's no way I'd make it to 2:30 in the morning. Well, I mean, I can do it. It's hard. Yeah, I think maybe, yeah, 9:30 would be a good time tomorrow. You know, I can probably post it on my community. I think I have a way 1:30 right now, Alex. Okay, got it. Yeah, I got distracted there looking at your time, but I think I can post it on my community page. Or actually, I don't really post there, but I can post it there. And then what I'll do is get a schedule kind of set up to when I can do these. Yeah, I'd like to do one in daytime hours, so I could be outside and do it. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, no, you know what, Alex, me too. So, and I'll do it. So, Alex, thank you for your conversation tonight. That was great. Liam, thank you for coming too. If you're still here, and to anybody else that's here, thanks for stopping by. But you know what, I think I'll sign off, and we'll call it a night. But I'll try to do it at 9:30 tomorrow. But if you check on my page under the community notes, I'll post in advance of what time I'll be on. Good night, Alex, and good night, Liam. You guys hopefully get some sleep, and I will try to see you, I guess, later today. I was going to say tomorrow, but I'll see you later. Thanks for coming by. I'm going to hop off screen now and wait, what? Oh, sorry. What's up, Liam? No, I don't give out my phone number. But you can message me here on YouTube, I guess. And I'm on other socials as well. You can find me. Okay, so for now, I think I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for coming by and participating. It's been great. And I will, like I said, I'll put in the community notes on my page and you can see when I'm going to go live. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. You can find me. It's not like I'm some big social media person, but I do it just because it's fun and I like doing it and making videos. All right, Liam, thanks for coming, and whoever else is here, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys again soon.